Hey, what is up guys, and welcome to my channel. Here at Telling Time, I like to give a personalized take on watches and let you guys follow along on my watch enthusiast journey. So without further ado, let's begin with my first State of the Collection video in 2024. I'd like to think that any watch collector would have one of these in their collection. This is the Casio G-Shock DW5600 watch. I picked up this watch as my second watch in my collection, as at the time I was dipping my feet into the world of watches and I didn't have much money. So this watch was a perfect purchase early on. It really is a do-it-all watch and great to throw on when you need to run errands or go out in a hurry, like to buy groceries or walk the dog. It is also the work watch to get, and I wear it when doing labor-intensive activities like housework or just anything that requires me to throw my hands around. It has a 42.8mm case width, 48.9mm lug to lug, and a 13.4mm thickness. It weighs only 53 grams due to its resin construction and lightweight G-Shock module. It's 200 meters water resistant with a battery life lasting 2 years. G-Shock has an extensive range with other models like the Mudman, Tide Timer and Frogman, but I would like to keep my collection from getting out of control, so this is the only one that I have for now. This is definitely a keeper in my collection because it is so cheap and useful, and I'll show it to you guys on my 6.5-inch wrist. Next up is my Alpha Explorer. This is another timepiece that I picked up early on in my journey, and obviously due to the Rolex Explorer design, and I really enjoyed my time with it so far. As a homage watch, it provides all that you could love about a Rolex Explorer. 36mm wide case, 12.5mm case thickness, and even the jangly bracelet that comes with the older Rolex Explorer models. Now this watch does feature a sapphire crystal, but only 50 meters of water resistance. It has an open case back that showcases the Miyota 8215 automatic movement. Overall, it's not a great movement and it performs to -20 to +40 seconds a day. But at this price point, I can't really complain. I find this is a great watch to throw on at the start of the week for some strange reason, because I know that it's very comfortable to wear and doesn't need babysitting at all. Here it is on my 6.5-inch wrist. Unfortunately, this watch is on the chopping block because I think I've outgrown homage watches a bit and I need to make some space for further purchases. Next up, we have my Seiko SNE 583P. This is a newer watch in my collection and I'm currently enjoying it on an AliExpress waffle rubber strap. I really love this watch due to its proportions and it being a serious dive watch compared to the Seiko SRPD series, which is one that I got for my first automatic dive watch. It has a great bezel action and a unique scored bezel. It has case dimensions of 38.5mm in diameter, 46.5mm lug to lug, and only 10.6mm thick. It has a sapphire crystal and screw down case back, making it a serious prospects rated diver. Inside is the Seiko Quartz Solar Movement caliber V147 with a 10 months of power reserve, so you don't ever need to worry about this watch running out of battery. I've taken this watch swimming and scuba diving multiple times without any issues, and it's just a great one to take swimming because I don't need to worry about it being damaged. Just like my G-Shock, I don't baby this watch at all, and it's a watch that I can throw on quickly without needing to set the time. I'll probably move this one on in the future, but I do find the solar dive watch very useful and a good piece to have in my collection, so if I do move it on, I'll probably replace it with another solar dive watch. Next up is my Dan Henry 1962 watch. I was inspired to buy this watch by another YouTuber, TGV or The Urban Gentry, and this is definitely a great watch from a high quality micro brand. It has great attention to detail with its twisted lugs, 3D case back, textured sunburst subdials, and its design homaging the Universal Genève tri-compax chronograph. It's well proportioned at 39mm in diameter with 45.9 lug to lug and 13.5mm thick. Inside is a Seiko VK63 Mecha Quartz movement, which is a very popular movement found in many microbrand chronographs due to its performance and affordability. Now I must admit that this watch is a bit of a stopgap watch for a chronograph that I plan to get in the future, like the Omega Speedmaster or the Zenith El Primero, but it definitely has a distinct design and it's something that shines on its own. Now this is it on my 6.5-inch wrist. And next up we have my Seiko SNK 809. This watch is quite sentimental to me because it is one of the only watches that my friends chipped in together to gift to me on my birthday. It's a very precious gift to me, one that I can remember my good friends by, and for that reason I'll probably never move it on from my collection. I don't wear it much anymore because its specs just don't really live up to the modern standards and I don't really feel secure wearing it. It has a 37mm case diameter with an 11mm thickness. Inside is the Seiko Caliber 7S26 automatic movement. Being an older movement of the generation, it lacks hacking and hand wind function, but it's still a very solid movement. I definitely appreciate getting this watch in my collection because it is one that got me further into the world of watches, playing with the strap options and shaking the watch to get the magic lever self-winding system started. Next up is the Tudor Black Bay 36. This was my first luxury watch purchase and I was debating for the longest time between this watch and the Tudor Black Bay 58. I longed for the Tudor Black Bay 58 for the longest time, but when I experienced it in person, it just didn't really click for me. The thin coin edge bezel didn't feel sturdy at all and I wanted a watch that was more versatile, so I ended up picking a Black Bay 36 at a cheaper price. The watch is 36mm in diameter and 44mm from lug to lug and only 10.5mm thick. It features an ETA caliber 2824 movement with 38 hours of power reserve. Now this watch has one of the most solid crowns that I've ever experienced from a watch, with a thick black crown tube that secures it in place. It has a very nice winding action. It has a rather specific 150 meters of water resistance, which I haven't really tested because I haven't taken it diving before. It's one of the rarer Tudor models we see without the faux rivets on the bracelet, although I don't really mind the faux rivets either way. Here it is on my 6.5-inch wrist. This watch does have a slab case profile, which tends to make it look a bit larger than 36mm on most wrists. This is undoubtedly a great watch, but unfortunately, I'm looking to move this on because I want to free some funds up to buy some other watches, and I have another watch that kind of replaces it as a time-only watch. Now this is my Tudor Pelagos 39mm. I purchased this watch to celebrate a milestone in my career, and it was definitely love at first sight. I always loved the look of the Tudor Submariner with the squared markers, and I think the design and proportioning of this case blends classiness and robustness as well as ruggedness so well. It has a full titanium case and titanium rotating bezel with a ceramic bezel insert that's finished to a sun ray brushed finish. And it definitely has a nice bezel action. It's 39mm in diameter with 47mm lug to lug and 11.8mm thick. It features a full titanium bracelet with Tudor's new T-Fit clasp. And the benefit of having this watch in titanium is that on the full bracelet, it comes in at only 107 grams in weight, which is definitely very light and makes it very comfortable to wear. The watch features Tudor's in-house MT5400 COS certified chronometer movement with 70 hours of power reserve. The differentiator from this watch to the other Black Bay models is the thick bezel, which I liked, and to me it just makes it look like more of a true dive watch. I've taken this watch swimming many times without any issues, and I really enjoyed it. This is how the watch looks on my 6.5-inch wrist. Now this is my Cartier de Santos medium watch. What else can I say about Cartier Santos? It's such a classic icon and such a unique design that you don't see anywhere else. It's definitely a high quality watch with high attention to detail. This watch is very special to me as I received it as an engagement gift from my wife, and I got to wear this watch on my wedding day. So this is definitely a keeper for life. I even have our engagement date engraved on the case back of the watch, so I never think about selling it. The watch in the medium size is 35mm wide and 42mm from lug to lug, and only 8.8mm thick. I have to admit that I don't really wear this watch as much as I'd like because it has such a sentimental value to me, and also for practicality because if you've seen other reviews on the watch, it scratches really easily. Because it is such a special watch to me, I don't want to scratch it up really badly. There's nothing much more to say about this piece. Overall, just a really great watch and one that I'm very lucky to own. And last but not least, this is my Rolex Oyster Perpetual 34. This is another very special watch to me as I received it as a wedding gift from my mother-in-law, and I definitely want to keep this in my collection because I plan to pass it on as a family heirloom to my future kids. I'm actually also waiting on an OP32 for my wife so that we can have a pair to pass it on in the future. This is definitely another watch in my collection that I won't be selling off. In terms of the watch itself, I think the 34mm is such a unique size, and I probably won't own another small watch in the collection, so this is definitely a very welcome addition to my collection. And if you've ever experienced a Rolex in person, I can say that the quality is definitely on a league of its own and worthy of the retail price. I got to wear this watch on my honeymoon, so I'm still in the process of making memories with it, and I hope I can build more on its sentimental value in the future. The construction and quality of the watch definitely makes it feel very robust when wearing it, even in a smaller size. And finally, I'm throwing in a bonus piece for any interested ladies watching out there, or if any of you are looking for your next gift to your partner. This is the Longines Master Moonphase 34mm, and it's actually my wife's watch. I bought this for her as an engagement gift because she was getting interested in watches at the time and she loved the Moonphase complication due to its elegant looks. I think this is definitely a solid watch at 34mm in diameter, 41.7mm lug to lug, and with an 18mm lug width. It's definitely a great size and fit for females. It has diamond set markers and a mother of pearl dial, so it looks very beautiful, and a transparent caseback reveals the nicely finished Longines in-house caliber L899 movement with 72 hours of power reserve. So this watch is definitely a spec monster and one that anyone can appreciate. The watch is currently on a deluxe blue crocodile leather strap, because my wife's favorite color is blue and she didn't really fancy the bracelet that came with the watch. To be honest, I'm quite interested in the Longines Master Moon Phase 38mm for myself, but I'm not fully sold on such a dressy watch just yet. So that brings me to the end of my very first State of the Collection video for 2024. In terms of some other watches that I'm interested in the near future, I'm really looking for an affordable GMT watch, because I'm planning to do a lot of travel and I love the thought of having a GMT travel companion. I also do want an integrated sports watch in the future, as I'm probably being swept up in the latest hype a bit, but I'm eyeing the Nevada Grenchen F77 or Yema Urban Traveler. I do like the thought of adding another dive watch into the collection, such as the Zodiac Super Seawolf or Squale 1251, but you will have to stay tuned to see how my collection evolves from here. Thank you guys for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, it would be helpful if you like and subscribe and left a comment on what watches you have in your own collection or what watches you think will fit into my collection. I'll see you guys in the next one.